we need a democratical structure. And they can have a cultural policy. Why not? But now, you know, the globalization village, globalization, where money is, it's money. You must ask us if we realize our project or not. You make it a big compromise?
Well, I will say this. I mean, I totally agree with you. I think that to a certain extent, you need money. So that's right. Money is money, and you need it to make the movie. But to another extent, I think that we were very careful about who we partnered with, even still. And I don't think it was anything that was kind of top of mind that we thought we can't, you know, we must keep this pure. Like, it wasn't anything like that. We were desperately looking for money from whoever would give it. But by the same token, I do remember Shireen and I being very selective and having very selective conversations, more specifically actually about casting, and that they were actually Palestinian people in the roles, and making sure that we were authentic. Not just because we wanted to be political, it wasn't that, but because the story needed that authenticity, and so we needed to be true to the material.
Sorry, one thing I noticed, a lot of the Palestinian movies that have been produced, they only talk about the Palestinian people who live in Palestine, but there's a huge factor a lot of us still have never seen Palestine, although we love it. We were born in Lebanon, Syria, wherever, and nobody talks about those people. Still, there are a huge factor. There's like 4 or 6 million of us living between all over the world who have a lot of stories to tell. And we actually, like what I find now, there's a huge identity crisis for us. To know if we are Palestinians or not, should we stick to the cause or not? And this is a huge issue for us. And do you have any plans to do something like that, to shed a light on such an issue or not?
Well, I don't know. Many people told me that in Syria, the best actors and scriptwriters and they are Palestinian. They told me that. Maybe the situation in Syria or in Lebanon or in different than in Palestine. You know, as I said, the repression give you the Israeli repression is to يمحيكوا يعني يفسيها. Yeah, exactly. And you need to exist, and you exist in the imaginary. You understand? And I don't know if someone the Palestinian literature. Emil Habibi in Al-Mutashail, he talk about that in the end of the 16th and the 17th. How we need, imaginary to exist. In Lebanon, I went to Lebanon a few times. I would like to make something, but the problem, I don't know the society, and there are so many contradictions and so many, it's not easy. I think maybe what we need to do is to start to make a training with a young people in Syria and Lebanon. I think they can tell their point of view, their story better than me. I don't say that I cannot or she cannot or something like that, but the contradiction in Lebanon is so big. When I am there, I don't understand. Believe me, I don't understand the society. Many things I can feel like in Nazareth, it's no problem. But when it start to understand, 2 weeks ago I was in Beirut, and I talked something I don't want to talk now. And the people with who I was, someone did, hey, don't say that again, because they can kill you. No, but it's another. To me, no, it's about just what I read it about history and religion and something like that. And to me, it was a scientific approach to analyze something. He said me, okay, the scientific is to you. Here, you understand? And you cannot take the risk. You understand? I think, well, our step now is to renforcer.
Reinforce.
To reinforce, well, to reinforce, the center, Palestine. Then don't worry.
But I think also speaking to your point, I mean, I'm like you. It sounds like where I had never been to Palestine, and my mother's Palestinian, and and I think that this is a thing. I think in North America, there are a lot of people of our generation, first generation or second generation, who have stories to tell, who want to tell stories, and part of their stories will include being Palestinian. It might not be center and focus of the film about that they're Palestinian, just like in our daily lives living in Canada. It's not necessarily that either, but that will be part of the narrative. I think that the issue is twofold. One is that, again, in North America, it's really hard to finance an independent film, and when you pitch a film about, so usually the kids want to do something that they think will get financed, that will have a market, and they think that there isn't a market for that kind of story. And I think one of the things, with America and with this festival in particular, is to show you that there is a market, for these stories, and that the first and second generation, diaspora Palestinians have stories to tell, and producers like myself, we want to help tell those stories because we come from that as well.